Let's get started here, everybody. I am Chewy from Lithy Pick Printing. I'm joined with my wife, who doesn't want to be on camera, Liz, and we are going to be doing some airbrushing. First of all, I want to say I am not a professional at all. By no means do not try to learn anything here. Just sit back, watch, pop you some popcorn, and laugh as I mess up completely over and over and over again. Because in all honesty, that's probably what's going to happen. If I didn't know on it, I'm not going to lie. I am not a professional airbrusher. In fact, I am actually going to be working with a professional airbrusher to be able to learn some more tricks of the trade. His name is Joe Evans, and that is coming up here real soon. Now I'm actually going to make an episode on Lithy Pick, another produced video on Lithy Pick about airbrushing and tips and tricks, and it's going to be him airbrushing the Joker face. So, as you can see here, this is the pot and the body with the hands, and then as I add in the hat and head, and the thing spins on me, this is what he looks like right here. Ta-da! This is the Grogu Leprechaun right there. So that's looking good. And I gotta kind of hold it up because the head will stay, but the there we go. And then, of course, you know, with the hat, let's get out of the light. There we go. This is the Grogu Leprechaun that we are going to do. And I'll turn it over here for the TikTokers over here. TikTok, you're over here on a separate camera. If you're actually wanting to watch the stream live, go to YouTube and search Lithy Pick, or you can just click on the little button there on our profile, and it'll take you right to our Lithy Pick, and you'll see the live video. That's where you can actually chat with me. My wife is actually watching the TikTok chat, so you would actually have a different camera views if you was to be on the YouTube version, but here it is for the TikTokers. Is that looking okay?
Yeah.
All right. So it's Baby Yoda, or Grogu is actually his name, but you know, we all knew him growing up as Baby Yoda before his birth certificate was filled out by Disney. And can't think today. Hex 3D made this version. I'm a member of Hex 3D's Patreon group, and he made this version of the Leprechaun, the Grogu Leprechaun, and I absolutely loved it. I'm part Irish myself. I think like 10%, but it's close enough for me to claim it. So, but yeah, this is and then comes around the back side here. You spin it around. And then here's the beautiful part that I did with this is not only did I make this 3D model, and it was designed to just be, you know, just a model, but I ended up with, I'm going to take all the pieces apart here because we're going to airbrush these one by one and then glue it together later. So, but once it's done, I doubt I'll even finish it on this stream tonight, but we'll get close. So, but the beauty of it is this piece comes out right here, and I hollowed this part out right there, as you can see. I hollowed that out, and yeah, so I put a little drain hole on it just in case if you ever get, like, when I was washing it and stuff, it was really hard getting the water out from underneath these creases up inside here, so I just went ahead and put a drain hole. Just took my Dremel and just drilled it out. So, but I'm going to use it as my change cup. This is where I'm going to, just like my piggy bank. This is where I'm going to be able to throw coins and cash that I collect, you know, over. Sometimes I'm not a big cash person, but, you know, whenever I get cash, I usually just kind of throw it into a bowl or something. Well, this is going to be my little money cup. You know, have a nice little hidden piece, you know, right inside there, looking on my desk, and you wouldn't know unless you actually watch this YouTube video. And you would actually know that that was actually a change cup. So, but anyway, so we're going to get started here. We're going to do a little bit of prep work on this. So, all right. With resin 3D prints, you always want to run a little bit of sandpaper, just over top of it to get rid of the real shiny part. And I've already done that. I'm just going to work on this edge right here a little bit. It's just this lip right here. I'm just wanting to sand this down because I noticed how snug that plug is, and I don't want it to be snug. I want it to be able to come off real easy, take it off, and then throw money or whatnot in it. So I'm just going to run some sandpaper off of this just to kind of rough this up a little bit, and then chop down this ledge a little bit, so just get rid of that grabbiness of it. Now, since I actually have cameras, you should be wearing a mask over your mouth, because you don't want to inhale it, but I'm actually, like, really stretched out, like, very far away from me, so, and I actually do have a camera right here that's in between me and the print, so I should actually put some, like, saran wrap over that lens, but I didn't do that. Mental note for next time. Alright, I need a paper towel. Will you hand me a paper towel, please?
Yes.
Or just a little far out.
Here you go.
You might want to get those close to you because I'm going to be asking for a lot of them. Yeah. I'm just going to go right over the top of me. So. Alright. Now, let's see how this thing's fitting in here now. Still got a little bit of a stick to it. Yep. You know what? I have not sanded this piece yet at all, so I'm just going to go ahead and try doing that. I'm just going to run it. Because you want to sand your 3D print, especially resin, because you don't want to have to try to paint with that glossy shine that resin has when it comes out of a 3D printer. So I always rub a little bit of sandpaper over top of the 3D print. Just lightly, not too much. Now this one, I'm actually just trying to fix this. Oh, we got stuff here. What's this? I need snips. Please. Can you find me some snips?
Here you go. And here's your new ones to try out.
Oh yeah. Alright. I don't know where maybe that's what's causing that stickiness. Alright. Wow. That's the first time I noticed that. The paint will stick to it too if you rough it up just a little bit. Now you don't want to rub out your details. Just a light scrub over. And then I come down here and hit this curve right here. Just kind of take this curve out a little bit. So. I am periodically looking over at the chat, so if you do send a message, just give me a second, I should be able to see it, so. Because I actually got my chat over here. So if you do have questions, I will do my best to answer them. But like again, I say I am not a professional. I am just an amateur. So I'm just gonna run a little bit of this just to get that shine off of it. All right. Let's see if it fits. Oh, it's still grass. Where's that sticking to? Looks like it's these ledges. Yeah. I'm just wanting to get it to where it will come off a little easier. I'm just gonna take this ledge down. Actually, just gonna take this ledge. I'm using a 220 grit sandpaper on this. Alright. Whatever it was, it came out. Alright. Pull that dust off. Alright. And then I'm going to take this and wipe this off, all the dust. Okay, dokie. Oh, whoops. Okay, I'm gonna set this off to the side here. Okay. Now, I'm actually gonna use quite a bit of this. I want to mix some up. So. It's son of a biscuit. Alright, I need that brush. Wait. Oh, that's reducer. That's not white, babe.
Is this not white?
No, it's a reducer. I need white.
Here you go.
Take the lid off. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's better. goes. Okie dokie. I'm trying not to hit the symbol. Alright, we got that in there.
Hello, Brian family. We're doing airbrushing on a 3D resin printed. I can't even freaking say. I can't talk right now. Grogu. It's the Irish one.
Leprechaun.
Leprechaun. The Irish leprechaun. That bottle is like right in the middle of this.
What?
Your bottle's like right in the middle of this. There we go.
Beauty of having resin printed pieces instead of FDM printed pieces, you can do this. Resin prints don't break down until about 220 degrees Celsius. So they have a very higher temperature resistance. So you can actually quick dry your painting on resin prints. Alright, here we go. already dry. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna hit some dark areas that need to be a little darker. Get this bottom.
Share this video and get people in here. If you like that 3D printing and airbrushing. Share this video.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep this cauldron flat black. I'm gonna keep it a flat black, and then some parts of it will be. All right, let's get a little bit more paint in here. Okie dokie. This thing being upside down like this, I can hit all these little corners real good. That lip real good. All right. Got that done. I'm going to set that off the side for right now. And the next piece is going to be, let me see, we're doing black right now, so I guess I'll come back to it. Clean up my airbrush, and the next piece will be the hat. The hat. Alright, I'm going to need, find me gold.
I got gold upstairs.
Find me gold in there. I think there's a yellowish gold in there. Wait a minute. Do I do a gold hat, or do I do a gold hat, or do I do a green hat or a black hat? Let the chat decide. Anyone viewing, watching, give us just put in the chat what you think. Gold, black, or
what do you
green?
think, TikTok? Gold, black, or green?
Gold,
Or
black, or green? Which
the hat.
color were you doing the hat in?
What do you think? We're actually airbrushing tonight with one of our 3D prints. It's a Leprechaun Grogu, as we know as Baby Yoda. And we're trying to decide on the hat, gold, black, or green.
Yes.
Which I think the head's green, so I wouldn't put too much green on top of the green because he is Grogu. He is green. So I would say gold or black. What does everybody think? And we got the gold here. They think gold.
They think gold, huh?
Yeah, we got a person here. It says gold. So should I go get the gold just in case?
Yeah, I guess we gotta get some gold.
Alright.
Well, I'm gonna need gold anyways.
Yeah. Alright, want to get gold.
Get the metallic gold. The only bad thing is cleaning black out of your airbrush is a pain in the rear. Let me tell you what. Okay. All right. All right. Here we go. Okay, airbrush is clean.
Alright, here we go. I'm going to use the gold.
Well, any other suggestions on TikTok? I got none on YouTube, so.
I got gold. I got gold so far.
All right. Well.
He said, he's like, been there, done that. I keep 2 clean airbrushes just in case.
Yeah, I am not a professional. I have literally just been learning from YouTube, and that's it. So you're not watching DIY. You're watching me mess up, and you can get to laugh at me and say, "Haha, you take lessons."
I'm sitting over here laughing at him.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is more for the entertainment of watching an idiot try to do this.
But if you are looking for some 3D prints, go to lithypic.com.
I could print the hell out of some stuff.
Yeah, we can print. So.
And all the stuff that I say that painted on my website is not airbrushed by me. It's actually airbrushed by Joe Evans of Liquid Vision, and yeah.
He's professional.
He's a very, very, very professional airbrusher that has amazing talents that surpass me beyond.
He said they get very gloppy, the airbrush.
Yeah, they do. I'm always cleaning that.
We have an extra one. We just got to get some extra pieces to it. We lost what was the end for the needle.
Now this gold, we don't have any airbrush gold, so I'm gonna just have to take some of this metallic gold acrylic and just mix some of my little special juice to it and thin it out, and we're just gonna run that in the airbrush.
He said I have never done 3D stuff, but wanted one. It's an addiction.
It's addiction.
I'm going to just kind of show you a little bit of addiction. Look at those printers right there.
And that's not even all of them.
Yeah, we got some upstairs too. But we do have the LithyPick business, and we have been doing 3D prints. And we are continuing to update our website. So it's something to check out for adding new content.
So if you want something to airbrush to 3D print, just hit me up. I got plenty of mess ups I'll sell you really cheap.
Plenty of mess ups.
I do. I sell my mess ups because, you know, some people, they just want to fix the mess ups and get it for cheaper.
Says I have so much art stuff.
Yeah, this is. I figured I gotta learn anger management, so this is my solution.
Anger management.
Alright.
Michael loves me. He said Michael loves me.
You know what I forgot to do?
What?
Oh my lordy,
What
lordy,
did you
lordy.
do?
I need a paper towel, please. Dang it.
Did you mess up?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
I
It's
do
like,
a lot of like diamond arts. I do painting. I do a lot of arts and crafts. So I'm kind of a little bit of a mix of everything. I do hand painting because my hands. He does the airbrushing.
alright, there we go.
If you go into our Licky Pick page here on TikTok, I've actually posted some of my paints. The airbrushing does look a lot better than the hand painting.
I forgot to scuff this up. I'm like, why isn't this sticking very well? Oh yeah, I forgot to sand it. After I told everybody at the beginning of this to make sure you sand your 3D
You know what? That's what I
print.
need to do with a lot of my hand painting ones. I'm going to try to do a lot better with the hand painting too.
Oh yeah, I mean, you don't want to go straight to that glossy surface because all it's going to do is just run off. It's not going to stick. It's so slick and slippery. So I'll just add in a little scuff.
I have never done the oil. My daughter's done the oil paintings.
Yeah, Sarah did oil.
Yeah, I do acrylic with my paintings. He's just wondering is it water based. Now the ones for the airbrush is water based. A lot of the paints we have. Sometimes we use the acrylic, but we have to add a little water to it, right?
Yeah.
When you do the acrylic.
I have a little mixture of juice. It's like water, a little bit of it's distilled water, and then Fantastic, a small blend of Fantastic. It keeps it from clogging up in your airbrush. This is something that I learned from a YouTuber that, you know, he has his own shop out of Canada, and I was watching his YouTube series, and he says a lot of people buy reducers and everything else and thinners and all that for their airbrushes, and he's like, you want to know what I use? He's like, this is exactly what I use, and he showed it's just water and Fantastic, the soap, the spray soap for like multi-cleaner. He's like, I very rarely get clogs, I very rarely have issues. He's like, I thin with this when it comes to like acrylics and stuff like that. So, and that's what he uses to clean his airbrush with. And in all honesty, it's not a whole lot of Fantastic. I make a big jug of it, and I can fill these things up a bunch of times with. I think I bought 2 bottles in the last year of Fantastic that I've used for this.
Fantastic is really good.
So it really does help it keep from sticking in the guns and clogging up. But of course, I mean, I'm running water-based acrylic, so. This is the stuff that I'm running right here. Just this cheap brand stuff right here. This is what I'm running right here. I just bought it off of Amazon. Like I said, I am not a professional by any means of the sense.
Believe me, from the beginning of what he started doing to now, he's made a major improvement.
It's all practice, you know. I'm just practicing. I'm taking advice. I'm taking tips from people who do this.
Yeah,
and
any tips and tricks and stuff on this?
Yeah, feel free to throw them in the chat. I'm happy to listen. But you know.
I take 13 medium sometimes.
Alright, let's get this bottom piece done. Yeah, I'm not trying to sand off too much.
When it comes down to the whole airbrushing thing and stuff, yeah, definitely give some tips and tricks. They can always help.
Yeah, I am not a professional in any sense of the term. I'm just an idiot that's willing to screw up on live video. That's all I am.
Yeah, it does take time. You gotta see when he first started doing it, stuff he was learning, like cardboard, you know, the distance and all that stuff, you know, what your angle need to be and stuff.
If you take classes, I imagine you can get through it a lot faster. I literally learned from YouTube and just doing it.
That's the beauty of YouTube.
You know, I took this up when COVID first started, so I'm not that far into this. I'm only about a year in, but it was something that I could do from home, learn from YouTube, screw up, and give up, after a certain amount of time. And yet I haven't done it.
Hello, Loki.
All right. Clean off all this dust off of this. Ooh, that was a bad one. Yeah, paper towel, babe.
Oh, you need paper towel?
Yeah, you're my
Okay.
paper towel girl.
Am I the paper towel girl?
Yeah. I thought I told you to get towels.
Shut up.
All right.
We are airbrushing today. That's what my husband is attempting to do, the baby Grogu Leprechaun.
Okay, now let's try this again. Now that this got a little bit of a scuff to it, let's see how this works out.
Yes, definitely lots of paper towels. I tell you what,
A lot better.
we use a lot of paper towels in this house with the business. Just the whole 3D printing. We use a lot.
I might have to thin this out just a little bit more. I thought. Where's my little stirry stick? Right there.
Thank you. He said that's printed beautifully.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. That's the beauty of resin. Honestly, that's the beauty of resin 3D printers. I know they get a bum rap for their being a little more dangerous because of you can't let it come in contact with your skin in liquid form, but after it hardens, it's fine, and they come out looking beautiful.
Yes. And if you go into our website, LuckyPick.com, you can see our glow cubes. We do glow cubes too. You can take 4 custom pictures of your own and put it onto a cube. And you put light behind it, and it shows the pictures. I did a hand-painted version of this, but a little bit bigger.
I should have closed those holes up, shouldn't I? Oh. All right. Well, we covered that all in gold. Gold! Silver and gold. Silver and gold. All right.
Yeah, I love the hand paint. My hands are like, I have a lot of issues with my hands, so the hand painting makes it a little easier. The airbrushing with the trigger and stuff is a little bit more difficult for me, so I stick to the hand painting.
So if you're wondering what's going on, we actually have 2 streams running at the same time. We've got our YouTube stream, which actually has the multi-camera angles in the chat and all that. And then we also have a separate TikTok up here that's seeing it from the side. So you can watch this on YouTube or on TikTok. If you're wondering what our YouTube is, just look up Liffy Pick and you will find us. We're the only ones that have that name.
So much to say you are my bacon.
It's just like a top hat that Scrooge McDuck would want.
Somebody wants you to say you are my bacon.
Baker? You're my baker. I don't know what that sounds. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure I'd pay $5 for it. Yeah,
Okay, I
here,
get a lot of
got a little
space
bit of this up here. called speed drying. Dun, 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 dun.
He said I do a lot of base coat spray.
Yeah. I'll probably do multi-coats on this thing. I probably should have primed it, but that's why I scuffed it. Plus, it's also different working with airbrush paints versus watered down acrylic. Airbrush paints have a little bit more thickness to their color.
I like the depth.
Yeah, unlike this way right here. Doing it this style.
Definitely share this video. Get people in here to check this out.
My stream's quiet. Nobody on my stream's even saying hi or anything. Nobody's chatting.
Is there people in there?
Yeah, there's people in here, but they're not chatting. It looks like you get the old chatty people. Hi, chatty people. I'll strip for comments.
Is it printed from a photo or diagram? Are you talking about the cubes I was talking about?
No, they're probably talking about the model. It actually
Oh,
comes from an STL file. It's a 3D model that's made in modeling software such as like Blender, ZBrush, ZSculpt, a bunch of other softwares. They make these models up, and then we take those models, those digital models, and we slice them up, and we figure out what each layer what it takes to make that each layer. And the software does that, and it slices it up, and then it prints it. And it prints it upside down. And if you're really interested, go to our YouTube channel, and there is a video that I posted up there called Lychee versus Chi2 Box. And that is actually the software that we use to take these digital models, slice them up. And if you actually watch that video, I know it's like 16 minutes long, but if you actually watch that video, you actually see the full process of resin 3D printing, because I actually put the full process in there. So.
I think they're asking about the cubes too.
Oh, the cubes, yeah, we can take any 4 pictures. Right now, they're only monochrome pictures. We're eventually going to have the color ones. I just haven't got that point yet. I'm too busy playing with Grogu's to make color leather things yet. So, but yeah, any 4 images turned into a cube, printed, be you about 7-10 days. Probably less than that.
And we are soon to be doing the silicone. We're going to start the silicone here soon.
It's a whole nother business, baby. Shh. We are good Christian people, I promise.
For sure, this could be my next expensive hobby.
Yeah, got no clue.
This setup right here.
Do not tell your wife you are watching this video, because if you get into this, I don't want her blaming me. Because you can't buy one. I'm telling you right now, you'll say, oh, I'll buy one, I'll get that. And if you're wanting to know what 3D printer is the best one to start with, if you're wanting to go resin, hands down has got to be the Elegoo Mars 2 Pro. I recommend that as any starter printer, and I still want one myself. I mean, I got its first version, but now they came out with the Mars 2 Pro. It prints way faster, way better detail, and I mean, it doesn't print very big, but it's something to get you started. And I think they're only like $250 to get started in with those printers. And then of course you need your resin, and you need to find a way to be able to wash and rinse your prints, and then you have to put them outside to harden them. There's a whole process to them. Go check out my other video on youtube.com/lithypick. You'll see my video there. You'll see the full actual process that we actually go through to make and 3D print these.
And if you go to our main page and stuff, our link to our YouTube page is there, so it takes you straight to it.
Stuck to the bottom of this. It must have been paint off my hands. Lovely. I don't know why I'm not wearing gloves. I usually do.
It's acrylic.
Yeah.
It just washes off. It ain't gonna hurt you.
I'm trying not to get any paint down in this area right here, because this is the part that's going to be touching the head. And if I got a glue or a resin weld this, then I'm gonna wanna. My nose itches. Rona. I don't wanna. I don't want to get any paint down in there where it's going to be touching the other part of the model, because if you don't want to paint where super glue is going to go. I mean, I'm probably not even going to glue this. I'm probably going to resin weld it, but I don't want to get any down there for it to not want to stick. Okay, I'm not gonna speed dry that because no sense in it. I still have plenty of gold here.
Yeah, the fun part's coming.
I know.
Right here?
Yep, pretty much. Next part I'm gonna be doing is the body. This is the coins. Hey, red light 34. Hello all. Are the airbrush kits good on Amazon? This was $100. Well, okay. This was a $100 kit from Amazon. You know, it pumps out air. If you're wanting to do it for just a, oh, you have the yellow goo, cool. You know what? It pumps out air through a nozzle, and it's something to really get started. It's like a $100 kit. This is exactly the $100 kit. The only thing I bought extra for my airbrush, and it's just to keep things a little bit clean and actually give me a holder. I have this, because you can actually, if you got, when you're cleaning out your airbrush, you can stick your airbrush in it, and you can just kind of pull back, and it blows it in there and kind of captures all that paint and that wash and everything else, and I can just clean that out a lot easier. And it also gives me a holder for my airbrush, so when I'm doing something other than airbrushing, I have a way of just holding down my airbrush right there like that. So
could you print and color?
But that's the only thing that I spent extra, and I think that was like $25 for one of those on Amazon. But other than that, this kit, now this is not the airbrush that I got with this kit, because I had broke the first two due to frustrations of me in learning. So I actually had to like buy a third gun because the other two got chucked against the wall. I mean, learning curve, you know? I mean, what can you do, right? So, but yeah, this has been a really good kit, this $100 kit. I mean, I'm sure that once when I get to the point where, you know, I can amaze people with my airbrushing talents, then I'll invest in Iwata, and you know, because I mean, Iwata, you know, but I don't have $300 to go throwing towards an airbrush that I'm probably gonna break out of frustration and anger.
I said I broke one cleaning it.
Oh no, the first time was it just kept clogging, and I just got mad and I just chucked it against the wall. And of course I've got cement walls there, so it just shattered, you know, and I was just like, crud. So then I pulled the other one that came in the kit, which was a more wider airbrush with a bigger needle, and I was airbrushing fine with that one, but that one I actually ended up losing the little tiny screw on the back, and I couldn't find another one to replace it, so I just bought another airbrush. And it was like this airbrush I got in my hands, I think I paid like 16 bucks for it off of Amazon, so it's really not that bad. And I mean, as you can see, paint's coming out the tip.
They get really gummed up.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. All right.
Could you print and color material?
All right. Oh yeah, I mean, you could print with different color resins. In fact, that's probably going to be the next video that I'm going to be producing and putting out, even though Uncle Jesse already did it and beat me to the punch. Thanks, Uncle Jesse. But yeah, I actually have a couple mugs by Hex 3D that I'm going to be 3D printing up, and I'm going to actually do them in gold. And I'm going to take white resin. I'm going to take actually, I got them right. Can you hear me that?
Yeah, I'll hand you that. Don't you try to go between everything there.
Yeah. So I bought these right here. This is resin dye. This is for all kinds of different resins, and this is a metallic version where you can actually mix it in, make your resin look metallic and glittery and all that. And I'm going to 3D print these can holders for, like, you know, beer can holders or whatever kind of soda can holders. And there's some really interesting ones from Hex 3D, and I'm going to actually do those in gold with this kit right here. I got gold in there. I got copper for some rings that I'm going to do. And then I got a whole nother kit. So I've actually got resin dyes, and you could dye your resin to be able to come out whatever print you want. So if you want pretty Pepto pink, then yeah, you can actually do that. You know, you can do it in any color. Now, can you make a Iron Man come out with red, gold, and everything else with resin printing? No, it's all one solid color, and you got to paint it from there. Now, there is possibilities with FDM printing to be able to print 3D print with multiple colors, but that's a whole nother demon that I gave up on when I got into resin printing. So I'm just going to throw gold up in here. I'm just going to throw some gold up in this right here, just for these coins, because I've already got it mixed. It's already in my airbrush. I might as well, right? And I didn't scuff it up, so that's why it's not wanting to stick. So I'm just going to do like a light spray on them, just to prime them a little bit, and then I'll come in
with another. Sold on this medium.
Huh?
Said I'm getting sold on this medium. You're pulling somebody else into the 3D resin field.
Welcome to the dark side. We've got 3D printed models. So there we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to speed dry it.
That's a good thing about this. You can speed dry it with a hair dryer.
Well, this is a heater.
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
you
a
got the
heat
heater,
gun.
but you can use a blow dryer.
Yeah. But since I forgot to scuff it and it's not wanting to stick very well, I'm just going to dry this right here. And then I'm just going to go back over it again and it will stick better. But this just dries the paint a lot faster. Just don't ever keep it like on one spot because you will burn it.
I would say when it comes to the
But resin has a high temperature velocity rate, so it will not melt. But FDM will. Oh, you'll melt that thing into a big pile of nothing if you did this with an FDM 3D print. Unless you have like P-TAG or ABS.
You definitely will need another whole room for this type of stuff.
That's not necessarily true. I actually have that resin printer, my little one, right next to my desk, and we don't smell it or nothing.
Well, depending on the room size,
yeah.
We do have a lot of open space in our area. But even at our smaller places we used to live in and stuff, we really never had a problem with it.
And it's all about the resin that you buy. I buy Soraya Tech. It's very low odor. I'm down here right now and I don't even smell. I've got 3 printers full of resin right now, right behind me, and I still don't smell them. The only time I smell those printers is when I actually open the door to the printer. That's when I smell the resin. So Soraya Tech has a very low odor, and that's what I like about them. I love Soraya Tech. They're my favorite resin company ever. So, oh hell, Soraya Tech. I just spent my stimmy on you.
Yes, we did.
I gave him my stimmy. Alright, so now we're going to come back in here, and we're going to go in, and now I'm going to just kind of go back, and it's just going to kind of make those pop a little bit more. Don't worry, I am not doing this for a customer. I'm doing this for myself. This one's mine. Alright. And I'll go in there with the black and line out the black
Said
around
3D
it.
printers are getting mainstream.
They are, and it's. I'll tell you what. I mean, Anycubic, Elegoo, Frozen, PO Poly, all these companies, they all took the same premise. It's resin printing, but it's a different kind of resin printing because it uses UV lights and a LCD screen. I forgot an acronym that they use it for. It's like MSLP or something like that, kind of resin printing. But you know what? I'm really satisfied with the prints. They come out looking amazing and really easy to paint. You don't have to, like, if you get into FDM printing, anybody who's FDM printers, and if you are an FDM printer, you know this, that unless you're printing with a really fine layer height, you're going to get lines. And all you're going to do is you're going to spend hours upon hours upon hours trying to get rid of that line by sanding and mudding and sanding some more and primering and sanding and sanding and sanding and sanding. And you know, I shunned away from doing this kind of stuff and making models and stuff out of, like, you know, doing the molds and stuff like that, the original way, doing before 3D printers. And I shunned away from them because I hate sanding. I just hate sanding. I don't mind some light sanding. I don't want to make movie props and stuff like that. You're going to get tennis elbow from sanding so much. Like, you're going to have achy joints in your future if you go into that route because there's just so much sanding. And I just don't want that. I myself personally, I hate sanding. But you know what? That is actually turning out looking amazing. I like that. It looks really good. It's just I'm going to come in here with all the grooves and hit black around it and around the edge and stuff like that with the black. And then here we go. I'll put it up here for you guys to see right there.
Coins.
I got all the gold coins in there. We got the hat right here. Right there's the hat. And right here's the hat. We got the gold hat, but I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna put black over top this right here for this part right there. And paint that black.
I've seen people repairing them with a light activated glue.
Repairing what?
Oh no, something you were talking about.
Oh, well, the light reactive glue is actually resin. It's actually what we make this out of. Actually, right now, a lot of FDM has been floating around lately in the last month that FDM prints, they take a brush and they brush resin on it, and then they hit it with a UV light, and it hardens in a shell, and it gets down inside those grooves, and then you can sand it down and make it smooth, and it's so much easier. But if you're going to pour resin on an FDM print, get a resin printer. You know, they look way amazing, and you don't have to do all those extra steps. So, but I mean, anything to combat the lines are your worst enemy when it comes to this stuff, and that's why I went resin, is to get rid of the lines and get rid of the sand. So, we got that. Let's see, what else do we got to do? Is there anything else gold that we have? We've got the head here. You know what? I'm gonna do that with the yellow, I guess. Well, I don't want to do that gold in the mug either. Yeah, I think we're done with the gold. Let's check this out, see if this has got any... Ooh, what's that? There's something there. What is that?
So you don't have to go back home, get it all finished.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep from having to come back to colors, you know? Like, I'm already going to come back to the black. Well, the cauldron was actually gray, but you know what I mean, like...
He's kind of doing his own thing with his colors.
Yeah. Alright, we're going to go and put that to the side. And it's time to clean up the airbrush. I'm going to put this off the side just in case if I have to come back and touch anything else.
Such detail, I'm really amazed.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. And here is the head. I'm going to be doing. His skin is actually like a green, but it's a very light, almost like a gray green, like a light gray with a hint of green in it. Is his skin. So I'm going to do that in the light green, just because I wanted to separate from the outfit that I'm going to be doing on him, because his outfit is definitely going to be green, and he's going to have a big green bow. Actually, I might do his bow in gold.
Yeah, I think I would actually. What do you think? You think gold bow would be good?
I mean, it would match the hat. Is the only thing I'm thinking.
Alright, go see what people think. What we should do.
You know, I could do that bow in gold before I clean this airbrush out. But yeah, I've got the head here, and I'm gonna do his beard in like an orange color because he's Irish, you know. And you know the Irish, they definitely gotta get their beards orange, especially those Protestant. That's those Catholic Irish down there, the Southern Irish. So, not them Northern Protestants.
That's so smooth for a printed item.
Thank you. Alright, so let's pull this.
These are our babies.
They are expensive. So worth it. Alright, let's do a little bit of gold on here. And a little bit of gold on here. There we go. And we made his bow tie gold. Why not?
Those red hair Irish are finery.
They're fiery. Alright, let's go speed. We'll speed dry that real fast. And the beauty of painting this stuff is, if you mess up, just paint over it. That's the beauty of it. If you mess up, just paint.
That's one beauty about painting. You can always fix it.
Yeah. Like I got gold on his part where it's supposed to be white down there. I'm just gonna go over there with some white. I'll just take some thick white and have her brush that on.
He doesn't like the hand brush. He always leaves the hand brush in me.
I do. Well, I mean, I got the. I mean that's why I can't. Yeah. There we go. I went to the Michael J. Fox School of Surgery.
Jesus. Oh my gosh.
Please send all your hate mail to Liz.
To Liz. TikTok. Send it to TikTok.
Yeah, pretty much. Alright. Now, we got the bow done, we got the little button done that I didn't notice before, but I do notice now, so it's time to clear out this gold out of this airbrush, and then we're going to come in with some greens. Oh my. And the words of Sulu, oh my. Wrong sci-fi franchise. I know. Okay. Pip down, please. Scalpel. Ah ha 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 ha. Got you, didn't I? Okie dokie smoky. There we go.
I even like using several layers of colors on certain things to have a depth, like on skin colors.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. But this is more cartoonish, so I'm not trying to go for realistic, so it's going with this more solid color. But I will try to put variants in it. By actually putting in color, then another color, then another color. I try to do that a lot. What are we gonna make here?
Green. You're probably better off probably doing the green before you start. I don't know. Then again, your colors around the eyes, the black in the eyes would probably be your first.
Well, I really don't have to paint a lot in green, just the ears.
Or do you want his eyes hand painted?
Yeah, his eyes are gonna definitely get hand painted. I'm gonna sand this piece down just a little bit. This sandpaper sucks.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to use the machine on. You probably take the detail out.
Yeah. Just trying to scuff it. Just to get the shiny off.
Does anybody say anything in here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know anybody was asking questions or anything. I know you have to look over.
Yeah, I need to put down here in the crack. Well, the beauty of it is his hat will actually cover most of it. I mean, I only have to go around this little part here, those parts there. I don't know, I might actually fully paint him just so I can take the hat on and off and just leave it to where, I don't know, I want to keep the hat on. I'm gonna just seal it in. So. Yeah. You have to be all up in there and there and there. Luckily his eye, I could just paint over his eyes and you can just go in there with black because it's just supposed to be solid black. So. Alright. So we have got to make a concoction that is going to be This is where the fun begins because I don't have an airbrush color that is going to match him. So I gotta make one up. Okay, so we got green there. And then we're just gonna throw some white in with this. See how this looks.
What will you glue it with?
I have a two-part bonding agent glue that I use that I can put the glue on one side and then I can spray with the other side, and then when you put them together they instantly set like that very instant, and then you just let them set for a little while and then they will set even better for you. But a lot of times with my, depending on the spot is honestly what I would say. Depending on the spot on where, like if it's an arm, I won't use super glue. I will actually use resin itself, and I take a syringe, which I have some around here somewhere. I think it's on the little black caddy over there. Yeah.
Right here.
Huh? So I have this right here of resin. I gotta shake it up. The cap should be on this,
It probably fell off.
but I take this right here and I just squeeze a little bit out, and well, I don't really want to squeeze a lot out because you don't want to get this on your skin. But I'll put this in the cracks around it, and then I take a UV flashlight and then I harden the resin around those cracks, and it fills in the gaps beautifully, and you can't even tell. And then you just put a little bit of paint over it, and you go about your day. So, but I repair a lot of 3D prints with Q-tip cotton and this syringe, or I'll repair lithophanes, I'll repair models, and it's just so simple because I mean it's literally liquid until UV light hits it, then it hardens, and then it works better that way. So yeah, I'll fill in creases and gaps by just using this syringe full of resin in there, and then I can even bond pieces together because I can just all I need is to get that light down in where the resin is, and it hardens, and it just bonds together as it's one piece. So it works a lot better. Here, take that.
So that will stick too?
Huh?
So that will stick too?
It's not really sticky. It's completely liquid. It's got a stickiness to it where it does bond. Hence why when you get done 3D printing something, you've got to wash it in a ultrasonic cleaner, and it gets all the excess stickiness off of it and all the resin is trying to stick. It is a stickier liquid, but it's not really like a glue, because like I could put resin in there right now and then try to put all those pieces together and it'd fall right apart. Like it wouldn't. It's not going to be enough to hold the piece together until you hit it with the UV light, and then once when it hardens, it bonds it like it was there to begin with. I'm still adding white to this to wash it out. I'm trying to lighten this up as much as I can for his skin. Okay, I think I found a, let's see here. Let me see if this works.
Are you mixing gray?
No, I just went green with white.
Usually get more of that effect with the gray.
Now I'm just gonna go over the face because I can always paint over this with whatever I need it to be. I'm just gonna go a solid green on that right there. Because this thing's a pain. What?
It keeps turning.
Alright, Seamus. Stop being a douche. Oh! Spilling my paint everywhere, too. I am doing fantastic today. How are you doing? Paper towel me, baby. One resin printer. Oh, wow. Yeah, I actually ended up selling my, I actually ended up selling all my FDM printers off. I had several. I sold them off. I went strictly resin. With what I'm trying to do, I do miss them from time to time because I miss watching them print. That was like my favorite part of FDM printers was watching them print because of them going around and around and around and around and all that. And I miss that, you know.
That all artists are sloppy.
That's what makes us artists. And you know, I don't even consider myself an artist. I really don't. That's I'm an amateur, is what I am. I'm a wannabe artist, is what I consider. I don't consider myself good enough to be an artist. I consider myself a wannabe artist. You know, I'm literally flying through this like the seat from the seat of my pants because I mean, I've airbrush stuff, but I'm
It's a
not.
lot faster brushing than it is hand painting.
Yeah, but like a real airbrusher would never have gotten green on that beard where he knew he's going to put orange at. But I did.
You can always paint over it.
That's right. I just got to make sure it's really thick orange paint. I could wipe it off, but then I don't want to touch him. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Let me wipe you off.
If you like to create, you're an artist.
Huh?
True. True.
Oh, yes. If that counts, then yeah. I like to clear. I love to create. That's my favorite thing. I love to create.
He's always coming up with something new.
And her response is, "How much is this one going to cost?"
Pretty much. He'll be like,
There we go. I got it. I
got
got it
this
out of the
idea,
beard.
and I'm like, how much is it going to cost? Because usually when he comes up with an idea, it's not cheap.
No, usually not.
No.
Fun is never, ever cheap. Ever. I don't care what it is. Yeah, I do. I do have stuff that I've airbrushed. That's on my it's on my LithyPick Facebook page. You can actually go to just search out LithyPick, and then you'll see the things that I've done. I haven't done a lot of amazing stuff at all. So, like I said, this is not a tutorial on what to do. It's more of a tutorial on what not to do.
Oh
So,
gosh. So really,
yeah.
that's what it comes down to sometimes.
You know, I mean that's pretty much the gist of it. It is I am not a professional. I'm just an idiot willing to screw up on camera. That's all it is. Still drying. Let's get some drying action in here. I need to get this dried up so I can get it a little bit more done. Then I'm gonna go in with different variations and out. Yeah, getting a little hot. Been my curse for years. Okay. All right. So should be good and dry now.
Welcome
Yep.
to our airbrushing segment.
Welcome to the Thunderdome. I don't know if it's just the glow and the shimmer, or that, or what, but that's messing with my head. Alright. I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna wipe off the beard. Let's wipe off the beard. No to the beard. Oh, you should see the next piece I've gotten done by Hex 3D too. That I've got is the Grogu. They call it the chest pains. It's the little alien popping out of Grogu's chest from the original movie, The Aliens.
Maybe we can talk him into doing a live on that one.
We'll see how this one goes. This is my first airbrushing live, and I'm just waiting for everybody to start making fun of me and saying I'm an idiot and I don't know what I'm doing. We'll get there. Yeah, if I was upstairs there, red light, around my desk and everything where I normally shoot my videos, all my 3D prints are, would be behind me, and you would see the stuff that I've painted and things like that. But this is my first time ever doing this, ever coming down here. I kind of just threw this whole airbrushing setup together. It was like, you know what, I want to airbrush, and I should let people make fun of me while I do it. So I figured I'd do this. Why not?
The next question is, what is the tallest one-piece item you can make?
Depends on what you mean by tallest piece item, as in like one solid print. The tallest thing that I've made so far has been in one single print was the one-to-one replica prop black saber hilt from the Mandalorian. I mean, it's the full hilt, full detailed hilt. And I did that one. That was a very large print for me to do.
Did 3 of those on that day.
Yeah, I think I got 3 of them left. I was selling them on Etsy. Sold several of them, and I think I got 3 of them left, before they're gone. I did like a set of them. And they're on the website as well. If you go to lithypick.com, you will actually see them, and I would ship them to you. They are unpainted. As far as, like, depending on the model, you can cut models and make them to where you could 3D print them bigger. So you could 3D print in sections and then piece it all together and have a big, huge print. Actually, on Hex 3D right now, I believe he's got from the waist up, he's got it done, all the little pieces to make a T-800 skeleton from Terminator. Like, I mean, it's tons and tons of pieces that you gotta print and paint, and it would cost a fortune to do in resin. I want to do it, but that is a fortune in resin, and I just can't afford that right now. But I would really love to do it because it looks like an amazing project. But yeah, it's all pieced together, so it really doesn't matter like how big your printer is. I mean, you can do anything if you just learn to piece things right. But it's kind of like trying to get to England in a rowboat. It's going to take you a while. Serious. It's going to take you a while to 3D print all the little pieces and make something larger. Or you just get larger printers, or if you go from resin to FDM, you can make your own gigantic printers they got printers big enough to print a house now. I mean, they got printers so big now, it's not even funny. They got concrete printers and human organ printers and chocolate printers and all kinds of printers. Like you can print in nylon, carbon fiber, you can print in Kevlar, you can print in like all kinds of stuff, wood, glass. I mean, you can print in all kinds of different things if you just have the right attachments and the right machinery and the right knowledge. So it's a big, huge community. I would say that 3D printing, especially for models like what I do, the community is absolutely awesome. I mean, there's tons of videos teaching people exactly what to do. There is a lot of Facebook groups and Discord groups for models, for people wanting to crank out models. Hex 3D, I will be a Patreon backer of Hex 3D as long as he's doing it, because it's worth it for me to pay that man $10 a month and get, I think they're up to 20 this month already, 20 models. I mean, most models cost $15 to $20 a piece, and he's giving you $10 a month. He gives you 20, 30 models. I mean, and they're all fantastic models. And I wish more artists and more modelers would go the Patreon route like that and do that, because I just love Hex 3D stuff. He cranks out more stuff than I can. I'm like, I'll be excited about ready to print something, get it sliced up, and there's something new he's already put out, and I'm like, man, I want to be like the first on the scene with this stuff. But hence, like, this didn't even make it. I was wanting to get this done by St. Patty's Day. It didn't happen. But that's okay. We're not going to give up on it, right?
It's used in so many applications. He has all the measurements.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just, it's a fun process. I love 3D printing, and I really enjoy it, and I really need to learn to move models. Yeah, I got green on him, on the hat. That's okay. I still have gold left over. That's why I told myself I was going to come back for it. So, but we got the green there, and I'm letting that settle on his skin there. And I'm going to go in there with some, and try to put a little depth into his face and stuff like that here in a little bit. I'm just getting the base stuff done. Right now, let's just do the hand. I got the hand.
That'd be easy. It's easy. That's the easiest part of this.
Yes. Yeah. I need another piece of sandpaper, baby. This thing's garbage. Just breaking off another square. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right, fold this in like this, and I'm just going to go over this, get rid of this shimmery shine off of it. I don't want the shine, and I want it to be able to take the paint. So I'm just going to see here. Alright, and I'm just wanting to get the paint off of this, and then I'm gonna scrape this where this goes in a little bit. Alright, so yeah, it fits in there pretty good. Look at that. See? Fits in there just nice and neat. I'm going to hit this back part of this real fast. Okay, just get it nice and flush. Okay. And again, I'm just rubbing sandpaper over it, just lightly. I'm not trying to take out detail or anything, just real light, just to get rid of that resin shimmer that it gets. Because it's a pain in the butt to paint over that glossy resin. So if you scuff it up a little bit, it gets rid of that shine and that shimmer that resin prints have. Makes it easier to paint, and on top of that, with the little bit of a scuff, it gives the paint something to stick to. So
if I wanted to print my friend's dog, for example, could I do that with a photo?
No. No, you cannot do that with a photo, just because of the sheer fact a photo is two-dimensional, and resin 3D printing is, well, 3D, three dimensionals, X, Y, Z. So you got X, Y, and Z. And so as much as you can see that picture and love that picture and see that picture and everything, you're not going to be able to get a 3D image dog to come out of a printer off of a 2D image. So, but what you can do is you can hire a modeler to take that picture, and they can make that dog for you. and then you can 3D print it. You can make like a lithophane. You can make something where it's raised up like a lithophane would be, and put light behind it. Yeah, that's a 3D print. That's what we make. We make lithophane glow cubes where you can take pictures, and it's like a raised picture. So when you put light behind it, it makes it look like depth. From the thickness. Created back in the Ming Dynasty, back in the, I believe, 1600s, the Chinese used to carve fireplace hearths, or fireplace screens out of porcelain. So when the fire wasn't lit, all you saw was the porcelain screen, but when the fire was lit, you saw the city that was behind it that they carved out. And that's where lithophanes got started. It was kind of an interesting thing, though, to read up on.
So you just ruined your business plan.
I'm sorry. You probably had the same business plan as me, as what you were probably thinking.
There is a way of doing it in color, but it takes a decently priced.
Well, you could do it with just a regular color printer and a 3D printer, and you can make a lithophane out color. But yeah, like there's no way to actually do that. You would have to model it yourself or have a modeler do it for you. So I've got one little more part. There we go. Got it. Okie dokie, schmokey. Now we're gonna do a little green on this hand. Where's that blue tape at? Yeah, it's in there. Will you grab that? It's in the curing cabinet. I'm just gonna sit back for a second. Yeah. Thank you. Alright, what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna tape off a little section just so I don't get paint on it. Let's see here. No. Oh, you know what? Screw it. I'll just hold that part. Alright, let's get this down here. I'm overspraying, I know. I'm overspraying. I'm aware of it. I'm just going to wipe it off. You know, the best I can. I just want to be able to get that hand as good as I could. And I'm just going to get this wiped off here. I mean, I'm going to cover that with paint anyways, so it doesn't really matter. But if I can get the excess of it wiped off and off the print. Hey, Jeff! There's the man with the, this is the, Jeff. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, this is one of yours. This is the, I just saw the guy that actually does these modeling of this, which is Hex 3D, Jeff Wicks. He's actually watching. Hey, Jeff, how you doing, buddy? Don't be impressed. Trust me, I am not a professional. I am a complete amateur. I've been telling everybody this whole time. This is my first time doing this on it live, but dang it. Alright, and then I'm gonna hit. Yeah. I'm just butchering this. I figured y'all would just get a kick out of watching me try to attempt to do this. What's going to happen now is I'm probably going to mess this up to the point where I'm going to be like, nope, I'm going to take it to Joe and be like, Joe, here's money. Fix it. And he will. And you know what? I'm gonna sit here and just speed up this drying process in this hand. I'm using a way too big of a needle on this airbrush to try to do fine detail like this. But I like doing things the difficult way. Keeps us alive. Keeps us alive and honest. Maybe it's just the light that I'm seeing shimmering. Yeah, I think it is. All right. By the way, the guy that's in the chat right now that just said hi on YouTube, his name's Jeff, and I blame you for my addiction to Grogu's. Just so you know. It is all your fault. If you wouldn't have gave me so many different options, I wouldn't have this sick obsession with Grogu. But I do. Thank you. Alright. I'm a slobby mess. Glad I work from home. Now, we got one more. Where's that other one at? There it is. This one's going to be really easy. Okie dokie. Nothing like watching paint dry. Yeah. That's dry. Let's get a little bit more on there. All right. Are you playing Candy Crush over there again?
No. Actually, no. Doing business stuff.
Cool. Let's watch paint dry. Could be worse. We could be watching golf right now. If I ever run out of melatonin, I just put on old golf matches. Love to play it, hate to watch it.
Golf.
I haven't played golf in years. I haven't done golf in
We did
years.
golf. Well, it has been a couple of years.
Yeah. No, I mean, I used to actually go out to the course.
Okay, I just like remember the last mini golf game. I know I remember whipping your ass.
Yeah.
Use the
Honey,
excuse.
we weren't even married then, and
Use
I
the
was just
excuse.
trying to get in. I was just trying to get in your knickers. I let you win that one.
Just use every excuse you possibly can.
Hey, you know, it is what it is. You know, don't hate the player, hate the game. You know. I am not a great airbrusher. Always been a hand painter, dry brush person. I clog my airbrushes way too easily. I know, I have broke multiple airbrushes from clogs pissing me off, and I just get mad and throw them. I broke 2 airbrushes that way.
It says I already have hundreds of uses in mind for a 3D printer.
Oh, you have no clue. I've got 5 different businesses that I'm starting with 3D printing. This is just, I've already started the first one. I'm working on the second one. And then after that will come the next one when I get the things worked out with it. And yeah, and then the 4th one and the 5th one. So it's stages. You know, I'm just trying to get to the point where I can move to Florida and mess up elections. That's all I want. where are we at? Got the cauldron. Got that. I guess it's time for some, let's get some clothing in here, but you know what? I am going to have to mask those coins off because there's no way I'm going to be able to paint that clothing. And honestly, this would be like the perfect way of like, this would be the perfect time to be dry brushing. This is going to be a pain in the rear. You know what? I'm just going to do it like this. Got that. Let's see here. I just want the coins covered. I don't want the clothes covered. Just the coins. So I'm just kind of cramming this down in there. Like so. And then I'm just going to come in here. Underneath this way. Let's get you up under there. Come on! Stop biting me. Aha. I'm just going to cram these down in here. Let's see if I can do that. It gives me a chance. And I'll just come up underneath there later. Okay. Now I need... Aha. I just want to get the main part that's seen. Like that. Like that. Many broken marriages to printer purchases.
What's that one?
Jeff, the guy that has Hex 3D that makes all these models. Well, it's already been discussed in the community about how this group has caused. I honestly believe wholeheartedly that Jeff deserves commission from Elegoo. I think Elegoo should give him like at least like a 1% of the profits or something, because if they actually put a name to like that company's profit margin, it would be X3D, because yeah, they've sold a lot of resin printers because of all his models and stuff, and he's just sat here and said, I've been the blame of many broken marriages through printer purchases. Luckily, I have a wife that understands. And don't let her fool you either. She enjoys it too. She loves 3D printing. Half the time, I don't even touch these printers. It's her doing it. Normally, it's just me doing the slicing and putting them up there. Like, all right, put this one on A, and she comes out and does it. She cleans them, she runs them, she sprays them with the Rain X and preps them and gets them all ready and prints them. Then when the prints are done, she comes down, she takes them off. I barely touch my own damn printers because she does most of that part of it. But I'm so swamped with building the website and YouTube channel and, you know, all the brain behind the computer stuff. So, but yeah, she enjoys the 3D printing just as much as me. And what did you get? I just made you another lithophane cube with your dogs on it, and you actually painted one of these already.
Yeah, because you made it too heavy.
Yeah, I made it too heavy and I made it too big, so and it came out wrong. So she's actually got a head and a hat of this model here already that she's already painted up and done. So. Yeah, Red Light. He's the guy that does Hex 3D. Yeah, he's one of the modelers. One of them. It's not all of them, just one of them. But I think he's one of the main. He's the one that does most of the Grogus. I still have a whole horror collection that I gotta print and paint.
to gold, you'll find me grabbing a can of Walmart spray every time.
Oh, gold.
Yeah.
I've actually got some.
He has it.
I got some
He
right
has
there.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that too, and I could see how it would
You know
be
what? I
hard
messed
to
up on this one.
resist. I enjoy it. I'm very artsy, craftsy type person, so I enjoy the part of all this.
I'm not gonna totally clean this printer or this gun because it is a grain that I'm putting in here. It's just gotta change the
Like
color.
you said earlier, when he comes up with a new idea, like how much is this going to cost?
Yeah, my hobbies are expensive. She's happy if she's got $20 to go to Dollar Tree and Goodwill. And me, I'm spending like $2,000 here, $5,000 there, you know. All the P.O. Polys that are right behind me.
Right there.
Well, that's the TikTokers. They don't see
the
it.
TikTokers, but yep, that's our. My daughters say they look like popcorn machines.
I think Jeff. Yeah, I'll post a link up here soon. I don't have that link right offhand. I should have had it. If you look up Hex 3D, Hex 3D on Patreon, you'll find him. Just look up Hex 3D on Google, you'll find him. So yeah, just look him up on Google and you'll find him on Hex 3D. Just Hex 3D, and you'll find him plain as day. He's not hard to find. And like I said earlier, I don't know if you heard me, Jeff, but I'm Patreon forever. You know, I ain't going anywhere. You ain't gonna see me leave. You give me way too many things to print now as it is, and I'm behind on that I want to print.
Your one you just got printed was the.
Yeah, I just got this one and the chest panes done.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, the chest panes one's gonna be good. That's gonna be a fun one. Hey, will you go on
Yeah.
look that up and post that in the chat on YouTube? Look up the YouTube video and then post that in this chat. His link to his. And I didn't fucking sand it. Dang it.
It's hex3d.com.
No, it's not Hex 3D. You just have to look it up. It should be in my my history. Just type in Hex 3D, look up for the thing for Patreon. And that'll be posted on there. I don't know why I didn't think about putting that in the description. Oh, you found him? Cool. Never mind, babe.
Found him?
Yeah, they found him.
Okay.
I think Jeff got it. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd think I'd be a little more prepared, but I'm not. You'd think I'd be more professional at this, I'm not. Huh? Our daughter's back. Alright. Oh, put that right in my way, didn't I? And then I'll just go in there and touch up the rest of this stuff. Oh, I thought there was another guy called Jay that was. I'm sorry. I really don't know the inner workings of Hex 3D. I just go on there every day like it's Christmas and get excited about the new thing that's on there. But I thought there was actually more than one. But yeah, I thought there was like a Jay or something. So the Jay Nefarious or whatever. But okay. Why not? Take in some, intern some. There you go. Take in some interns, some apprentices. Teach them some trades. Have them pump some stuff out. When our powers combine, I am Captain Printer. Some I'm surprised you never did, man. I'm surprised you never did the Captain Planet rings. I mean, you got all those other rings. I was just saying. See how bad it is. Under there. Yep. Okay. I was just looking underneath.
Let's see what the damage is.
Yeah, let's see how much it's lacking. There really isn't a lot. I'm just gonna go over this with one more coat. Alright. Oh, bump the camera. Bump the camera. Alright. We'll dry it off here so we can move on to the next thing. Now I'm not going to do all the little detail with an airbrush. I'm just covering the main spaces. The next step will be, with all the little detail and stuff like that, we'll go to my wife to paintbrush the rest of it. But it's coming along looking good so far. I'm going to put it together real fast and take a look at it. Alright, now I'm just going to pull this off. Pull this out of here. And there's that. Right there. Yeah, one of those things about following Hex 3D, even if it is just a short distance and it's only $10, so even if it is going to be in the next couple days, another $10. The thing is when you get to 3 months paid, then you get full access to all his back stuff. So when you first join his Patreon, you only get that month's worth of models, and then you only get the starter pack. Once when you've paid 3 times and you've been consecutive 3 months, then it unlocks to a full access to where you get all his back stuff, and that's where all the great stuff is. I mean, the good stuff, the new stuff's great stuff, but there's a lot of great back stuff in there. Like I spent what, probably about 4 hours going through all that. My first, yeah, I was up late and everything
Yeah, I think we
else.
stayed up to like, what was 3
So
o'clock in the morning?
let's take a look at this real fast. So let's put this in here. Now, of course, I'm going to paint this black rim and stuff like that, and I'll go through that here. I'm just going through just step by step. That's because I sanded it. There we go. And then, of course, we're going to paint his beard and his eyes, and we're going to put some variants in there. But where'd the other hand go? Did I? Oh, there it is. I'm actually going to move the hand up to the upper position because I want to be able to remove this off of the thing. So I still gotta do the black around the hat and the buckle, the silver on the buckle, but it's coming along good, you know. So not bad for a piggy bank, huh? I love it. Once when I get it all put together and pieced together. I'll definitely be posting up.
Does room temperatures affect newly printed items?
No, it depends. I mean, if you're talking about resin, then no. I actually have my whole resin outfit done in my basement because it's cooler. You want to keep your resin printers as cool as possible because UV light beats on the back of them LCD screens like crazy. Like it's the most harshest light we have is UV light. So I mean, UV light is what causes skin cancer and it causes paint damage on cars. I mean, UV light is harsh. And so you've got UV light that is just coming up out of that printer, and you've got a computer screen or an LCD screen that's in between that, and it just destroys those screens. But the colder you keep your printers in a colder environment, the colder temperatures, the better, because then your screens don't take so much abuse from heating up so much, and your screens will last longer. Because some screens are only rated from 800 hours to 2,000 hours, depends on if it's a monochrome or not, and they will last. You want them to last long. I actually had an LCD screen that lasts over 2,000 hours on my PO Poly, and that's just a normal colored liquid crystal display. It wasn't the monochrome, and I got to last over 2,000 hours because I keep my printers so cold. I know people say you need to heat up your resins. There might be some resins, but Soraya Tech, I always keep my Soraya Tech cold. I keep my printers cold, and I have not had any problems with 3D printing at all. So, but yeah, so we're gonna have this in here once when it gets all pieced together. I'm gonna fix this so this way it won't pop, but I want to be able to keep it in there. I hollowed it out completely, and I'm turning it into my change cup. It's gonna be my piggy bank. I'm gonna have my Grogu Leprechaun train guarding my most ever precious quarters and nickels and dimes and pennies. Oh my. So, but with that in mind, how long have we been going for? Almost 2 hours. Right now I've kind of got all the stuff I'm going to airbrush into it. Next is all just kind of brush painting into it. So I'm going to hand this over to Liz for later on to get done, and I'm going to call this a night. Thank you all very much for watching. I really appreciate it. And stay tuned. Like I said, I'm going to be shooting this on Easter, but I'm going to be taking that Joker face model that I did the video on, and I'm going to be taking it to Liquid Vision with Joe Evans. And we're going to actually shoot a video, and he's going to be teaching a lot of airbrushing tutorials and tricks and what to do, what not to do, and things like that. And that is definitely going to be, I mean, it's basically me taking an airbrushing class, and I'm going to film it for all the rest of you guys.
You're
welcome.
With his airbrushing.
But he is an amazing, talented artist. He gets sent predator heads from all over the world to get airbrushed and painted because everybody sends him predator heads for some reason. So, but he's an amazing artist, and he's going to be shooting. So that's going to be something coming up here. And I've got the Grogu from Hex 3D. I have it done is the chest panes. So next time when I'm going to be firing up my airbrush, hopefully maybe next weekend, that will be the piece that I will be going across with the airbrush and everything. And I'm going to be doing all those little foods and trays and props and all that. So that's going to be really fun. So definitely, if you haven't yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you like this video and share it with your friends. And hit subscribe. Go to youtube.com/lithypic, LITHYPIC. Follow us on Facebook, lithypic. Lithypic.com is our website. And don't forget about our TikTok, which is lithypic. So, because like I said, we are actually streaming in 2 different places. We're streaming on YouTube and TikTok. I got TikTok right here also going too. So thanks again, everybody. And until next time.